22-year-old David Speedy, who joined Chelsea from Darlington just after the end of last season, has made 3 senior appearances at Stamford Bridge and scored twice each time. 6 goals in your first 3 home games, even with a name like his, is some going. Chelsea today without Colin Lee and Gary Chivers, both injured in the Milk Cup against Tranmere. So at number 2, Gary Locke plays his first senior match of the season, and Colin Pates returns at number 4. Pop Robson is substitute, and after the fuss in the Potteries about Mark Chamberlain, Chelsea have their own natural winger in 20-year-old Paul Cannaville, who was signed last season from Southern League Hillingdon Borough. But if you ask any Chelsea fan today his abiding memory of wing play, he might well recall the 1970 FA Cup final at Wembley when Eddie Gray tormented Chelsea's defence. The Leeds player-manager now operates from a deeper position, and his team today is the one beaten by Newcastle in the Milk Cup. Eddie Gray himself and Trevor Cherry have recovered from slight knocks. Martin Dickinson is still not quite match fit. Kenny Burns continues at number 4, and number 11 Arthur Graham will doubtless recall scoring in the first minute on Leeds' last visit to Stamford Bridge 4 years ago. One ever present in the Chelsea side this season is Stamford the Lion. Well, there's quite an atmosphere inside Stamford Bridge this afternoon. Chelsea have had 2 home wins in the last few days, and Chelsea Leeds, not many years ago, was one of the classic fixtures on the calendar. Chelsea, the Cavalier club in the 60s and early 70s, Leeds then with the arch professionals. There's Cannaville. Speedy. Gary Locke with the header. John Bumstead, number 8, looking for Walker. Linesman's flagging. Foul by Kenny Burns on Walker. Chance for Mickey Droy to make his way forward. Always a threat on the Chelsea set plays. Number 5. Droy! Oh! Well, he must feel he should have scored. Hillary curled it in with his left foot with some pace, and Droy escaped the attention of the defenders, who should know all about him, and put his header over the bar. There's Trevor Cherry, good ball to Frank Worthington, looking to his left, but had to pause while Leeds supported from midfield. That was Frank Gray across to his brother. Speedy, it was McAndrew who intercepted and got Chelsea moving, and he's now pushed forward into the centre forward position. Hillary on the ball, finding Hutchings. Hillary. Walker on the far side, there'll be a volley, turned away by Lukic. Brilliant falling volley by Clive Walker. Chipped in by Hillary, and Walker, well, if you'd seen a South American do that, you'd have thought, what a tremendous piece of skill. And it was indeed. Good save too. Cannaville. Hillary. And Chelsea in full flight early on here. Butterworth. Walker. Good ball. Cannaville on his own for the moment. Speedy coming up to his right. Walker behind him. Bumstead pulling to the right now. Tony McAndrew, number 6. Tucked in for Speedy. Here comes Hillary on the left. Possessing a tremendously powerful shot in that foot, Mike Hillary, as he showed us in that sparkling FA Cup tie here last season against Spurs when he scored the opening goal. Burns. There goes Butterworth. for Frank Gray. And good challenge by Mickey Droy, who made up for an error by his defensive partner Colin Pates, who stretched and missed that through ball, allowing Frank Gray to run on at first unchallenged, but then as he was about to shoot, foiled by Droy. Those long legs have saved Chelsea so many times in recent years. Corner to Leeds. And Hart is there, and so is Worthington. Butterworth. Frank Gray. Good effort. And Francis was knocked back by the sheer impact of that from Frank Gray. Worthington hooks it back in. Away by Droy. Return by Hart, that's awkward. And Chelsea now are rocking, as Leeds were in the first few minutes. Heard Frank Gray, who's twice gone close now. Burns had stayed forward, and Droy glad to get the ball downfield. Following up there was Bumstead. Here's Speedy. And Walker, with Fillery supporting. Oh, a deflection on that one too. Well, when Frank Gray drove that shot, the important thing from the point of view of 18-year-old Steve Francis in Chelsea's goal was to keep it out some way. He was behind it, but it nearly knocked him backwards. Eddie Gray's header out. Frank Gray pestered by Bumstead. Still finds Lukic. And there's a case of Lukic giving away the indirect free kick for time wasting in his own penalty area. He was dwelling with the ball there. Eddie Gray disputes the decision with the referee, who awards Chelsea an indirect free kick. Leeds certainly need the wall. And Mickey Droy has gone and stood right in front of that wall of Leeds players. Walker discussing it with Fillery. And here is Fillery, and the wall does its job. So a corner. And here's Pates, and a deflection off Kenny Burns as he came out gives Chelsea another corner. Lukic holding on. It's interesting how referees have clamped down on goalkeepers now when they spend too long with the ball in their own penalty area. So the first half ends with no goals, but Clive Walker's spectacular volley early on was something to admire. It was saved by Lukic, and at the other end Frank Gray saw his shot knocked the goalkeeper backwards, but it stayed out, and the referee ends the half by talking to Gwyn Thomas, the Leeds number 6, who was involved in a heavy challenge with McAndrew as the whistle went for half-time. Smart red tunics and medals gleaming, the famous Chelsea pensioners from the nearby Royal Hospital, who these days are made welcome by the club with privileged seats in the director's box, and also enjoying, it would appear, a well-earned warm drink at half-time. So Leeds start the second half. Once His mind goes back not just to that 1970 FA Cup final between these two clubs, but around that time there was a league match played here which Leeds won in some style by 5-2. Free kick to Chelsea. Here's Mike Fillery. Short to Walker. It was deflected, it came almost to Bumstead, then to Cannaville, and here's Droy. Oh, Lukic did it every inch there to pluck that one out, because Droy's cross looked as though it might be dropping over the goalkeeper for the waiting Speedy, but Lukic stretched and just made it. And Hurd with Fillery chasing back. Unlimited endeavour in this match, as you might expect. Worthington. Still Frank Worthington. Butterworth. Set up for Hurd. And still Hurd. Well, that was well played by Leeds. First by Frank Worthington with a deft piece of skill inside the penalty area, holding off those defenders, then pushing it to Butterworth, and then after that, Kevin Hurd finding room for the cross. Hurd again. Worthington far post this time, away by Pate. Cherry! No doubt Chelsea will be looking to Pop Robson to inject a little bit of life into the last few minutes. They're going to take off Clive Walker. The header was by Burns, and then by Droy. Pop Robson fell and handled. Chelsea's last chances. Time is running out. It's Locke's cross. Graham. Here's Frank Gray. That's rather like the Leeds of old, the little piece of time wasting down by the corner flag, but better not speak too soon, because they would still have time to get the ball perhaps into the danger area. This is still Frank Gray. That's exactly what he's doing again there, just keeping the ball away from the Chelsea players, and that's not popular with crowds, especially in the modern desire to speed the game up and make it more entertaining. One can only hope the referee merely adds on the time. But he hasn't added on very much, and Leeds take a point from Stamford Bridge, which at the end of the season, as the two old pros congratulate each other, Eddie Gray and Pop Robson, might prove to have been an interesting result. We shall see, but certainly the second half not as good as the first here. The crowd did their best to lift the afternoon, and both teams did enough to suggest that they will remain in the top of the table, the top half of the table anyway, as the Chelsea pensioners look down on a match which in the end lacked a true moment of inspiration.
Leeds are certainly